Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great day today. My name's Cody, and I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Looks like we're going to have another great and busy day today, so there's lots to get done. One of the things I want to get on here right away before it gets too hot is we need to do a bit of work in the garden, so I'm going to try to hill some potatoes today. There might be one problem with that, and I don't know. It's actually, I've never mentioned it or not before, but if you're following on YouTube, I've got an Instagram and Facebook as well, so I'll leave the links to those pages if you want, to follow there. You're more than welcome to do that, not necessary at all. So normally I like to keep up with the weeding and all that sort of stuff almost every day. You get in there and you do everything that you can to make sure that the garden looks nice and is presentable, and your vegetables will thank you for that. But I've had some company out here in the garden, and like I say, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, I'm sure any moment now we'll be visited by our flying friend here. So I'm going to try to get some potatoes hilled out here and hopefully get in and out before Buddy notices me, but I'm going to get back to work here. We are rolling. Okay, so I'm down here in the potato patch right now, and I'm just going to give these guys a quick little weeding before I hill them. And just to kind of show you, I guess, some of the challenges with the potatoes here. So in this area here, we've got 3 different plants. Now, one of them is potato, and 2 of them are weeds, and it can be a little hard to tell the difference. So this right here is a weed, and it looks incredibly similar, leaf structure-wise anyway, to the potato. And it's super important to make sure these guys don't go to seed, because if they do, your whole field's just going to be covered with it as amaranth, like I said. And then there's another guy here. Now this guy doesn't look much like a potato, but again, it's important to get them out. They're also sucking moisture out of the ground that is going to slow your potatoes down. So anyway, I'm just going to come up here with my stirrup hoe, get these guys all weeded and then hilled up, and then hopefully get out of here before I see Dennis circling over there. We might get some good swoops here. Oh boy. All right, well, I'm going to try to get this area taken care of before I get attacked. Wish me luck. Well, there we go. So it doesn't take too long to get the weeding done for any of these rows. The challenge I'm running into right now is when my friend comes to say hello. It is quite honestly not ideal. When you start to hear the wind rustling behind you, you know he's right over your head, and it can be a little bit intimidating, not gonna lie. But that's okay. I'm going to try to get these potatoes hilled, wrap up out here, give our friend a chance to cool off, and then get on to the next project. So let's get to hilling. There we go. The potatoes have been weeded and hilled now, so that's another great project done and out of the way for our little garden here. Our buddy back there in the top left-hand corner, right, hard to know which way it is that you'll be watching it from the TV or the computer there, but anyway, in this corner back here, watching me very closely. So this is very strange. We've always had hawks and stuff that live out here on the property, and I've never experienced someone behave this way before, so I'm at a loss for it. Typically, this type of protective behavior is when you have parents that have fledglings, like young babies that they're protecting. Completely understandable. These guys, if they did have babies, would be well beyond fledgling, and they'd basically be young adults at this point in the year and able to hunt and take care of themselves. So this type of aggressive protective behavior has really got me confused, and I only think my best guess actually is that it's just a young juvenile who is trying to lay claim to some new territory, but he doesn't know what he's doing. So he's just gotten hyper aggressive. I've searched everywhere, I can't find a nest. It's very, very confusing. And he only started this about a week ago, so this is again brand new, which leads me to believe that he's just a young guy trying to figure out his place in the world. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to shoot him or trap him or, you know, deter him in any way. I'm going to name him Dennis, because that bird is a right menace, and just be vigilant when I'm out here. And he seems to swoop, you know, 6-ish feet above my head most of the time or more, so I don't think he really wants to catch me. And in all honesty, same with the owls, you know, they want to let you know they're there, but they don't want to run into this giant coconut here. So I think he's just going to try to keep screaming at me and swooping at me, just kind of seeing there's, what do you call it, sowing his oats, his wild oats there, so to speak. So anywho, long rant about that hawk back there. He's still chatting at us, but yeah, so potatoes, why you hill them, I guess, well, why you should hill them is it keeps the sun off the tubers. Now, from what I understand, if the sun gets on your potato tuber, it goes green, and that green is, you know, toxic to people. So you hill them up, keep them in the dark, and they grow a little better. No green spots on your potatoes. Now, in other climates that are not ours, so warmer climates and stuff like that, if you hill your potatoes, you might actually get more offshooting and more potato production as you hill up further up. So that's an option too. Our growing season here is so short that, in all honesty, by the time these things have flowered and set potatoes, you know, we're well into harvest. So in a longer growing season, you might get, you know, a good hill going on you and a lot of potatoes, but ours, it's usually just a one and done type thing. So these guys have been hilled and they're all ready to go basically now until harvest. So keep coming back, checking on them and see how they go. But yeah, that's pretty much it out here. It's yeah, Dennis is still back there screeching at us. So the garden, as you can see, is doing really well. This hasn't even been maybe 3 weeks in the ground. Everything that you see here is just 3 weeks of growth. So what I really, I guess, want to stress with all of this is I know we can get in our own head so often when it comes to growing things and gardening, and you know, the best time to plant things and how much water to give them and what type of fertilizer and all that. What I find the most important thing is, A, that you enjoy doing it, right? That's kind of why we're all out here doing the gardening thing, is that you get some enjoyment out of it. I'm not a very analytical person, so the data to me doesn't matter. It's just if I'm having fun doing it and I get enjoyment out of it. The thing I think that affects all of this the most is your soil temperature. When you're growing anything for that matter, beans is a huge, is a really good example. Beans are a great example of how important soil temperature is when it comes to growing things. If your soil temperature is too cold because you're trying to get your garden in too early, you might not get any germination at all. The beans need consistently warm soil temperatures in order to germinate. This stuff, like I said, I planted a month ago around July 1st, and it is coming along crazy well. Like I say, the potatoes are near to flower, which is fantastic. The onions are over a foot high. Our dill and peas, our beets, our spinach, everything is just going fantastic. So don't be too hard on yourself when you're out in the garden. First and foremost, enjoy it. If you don't, then, I mean, question it, but first and foremost, you want to enjoy what you're doing. Don't stress out so much, I guess, about the little things. And I absolutely love gardening. Being outside and working in the dirt and growing things and seeing your work be turned into something physical, something real. There's just something so rewarding about that. One of my favorite crops is spinach here. And you can see behind me here, we've got a bunch of rows of spinach. And I planted this 3 weeks ago. I have irrigated 0 times. I've gone through with the hoe just to give it a light weeding in between Dennis's swoops and that sort of thing. But other than that, it's a very carefree crop. It gives you so much and it asks almost nothing in return. And like I say, this is 3 weeks growth. I've gotten a ton of pickings off of it already, and I'll get a lot more. The nice thing about spinach here, though, is that there's still, in our growing zone anyway, a good 30 days left of growing. So if you wanted to, you could reseed in the areas where there's bare patches, and you will still get young, fresh baby spinach for September, typically when everything else in the garden has stopped growing. So it's just a fantastic crop, you know. It's quick, it's easy, and it's very delicious. Fantastic, you know. To me, it reminds me of a mix between lettuce and mushrooms. from the garden here, you know. It's got that meatiness of a mushroom, but it also has that nice freshness of lettuce without the bitterness of lettuce, which I don't know if you can taste the bitterness or not, but I certainly do. With spinach, none of that bitterness at all. It's just fantastic. And with just a little bit of space, you know, it's almost all the spinach you can eat. The other great thing about it too is that you can freeze it for winter use. You know, that's another great option. What I like to do is actually dehydrate it and powder it, and then it's a great addition to soups and stews over the winter time. You get a lot of that leafy green goodness in the middle of the winter when you can't really be out here growing those sorts of things. So anyway, I think Dennis is getting pretty frustrated with me being here, so I'm gonna go back and do some other things away from him, give him a chance to calm down and probably eat some more spinach. So I've decided I'm going to do one more thing before I head out of the garden today. I'm just going to pull the bug netting off our cabbage here and give them a quick weed, just to make sure that nothing under there gets out of control here. Plus to have a look at them too. Let's see how it goes. So bug netting off and let's get weeding. So there we go, we got the tarp off and a little quick weeding job here to get everything looking nice and spiffy. And the cabbage is doing awesome. It's doing so good. Normally this time of year, anytime we do like a brassica crop out here, you know, there's cabbage or cauliflower or Brussels sprouts, those little cabbage moths, they just destroy our entire crop. And we're left really with nothing. I do see a few nibbles on a few leaves here and there, but I've never had it this good where you have a whole leaf, beautiful leaf intact, you know, no damage at all. So that's awesome. I have some kale out in the rows down where we just were, and those ones, they can't even get, you know, the cotyledon comes out and then the first set of true leaves comes out and then it's instantly just eaten by the bugs. So it's nice to know that something as simple as a little bug netting makes a huge difference when we're trying to grow these crops. So definitely a fantastic thing to have learned from here. So anyway, I'm going to get the netting back on, so let's get that taken care of. There we go, everyone. I'm probably going to wrap it up there for today. That's been fantastic. We've got a lot accomplished today, and I'm getting tired, so we're going to call it a day there. Just want to thank everyone so much for hanging out with me today, and hope it was a little exciting. For me, it's super exciting, especially with Dennis out there. What a jerk. But hope he has a good life out there, you know. I think he's just a young adolescent who's lost his way and just trying to find where he fits in the world, and that's okay, right? But yeah, I'm going to leave it there for everyone. Just a reminder, I'm sure I put it at the beginning of the video, but just in case I didn't, which I've edited this by the time you're watching it, doesn't matter. Anywho, if you did want to follow me on the other social channels there, typically I go under the name Carrot and Coyote. That's the name of the garden center, the plants that I do and those sorts of things. So I'll leave a link to both the Instagram and the Facebook. Not a shameless plug. I hope you don't take it that way. Just if you are interested in more of the day-to-day stuff that I do here, it's a lot more focused on, you know, the flowers and a lot more of the bird attacks and those sorts of things. And just, like I say, behind the scenes stuff that I don't necessarily do filming when I do filming for the videos on YouTube here. So, and not that many of you probably found me through those social channels. I've had very few of you found me through YouTube. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it there. And yeah, alright, maybe I'll do a shameless plug. If you like the video so far, feel free to subscribe, or even just like it, leave a comment, you know, all those sorts of things go a long way to helping me and growing the channel. And ultimately just getting more enjoyment out of it. Engaging with people who find what I do interesting is just so rewarding, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of that. So feel free, leave a comment, I love those. Subscribe if you want to do that, that's great. Like the video if you want to do that, that's great. Yeah, let me know if it's not good, you know, that's also part of it too, right? You can't have all good with no bad, so any which way you slice it. But anyway, before I keep rambling here, I'm going to end it there for the rest of the day though. So, thanks for following along this far with me in the video. I hope you had some enjoyment out of it. And until next time, guys, we'll catch you later. So take it easy, and we'll see you later. Bye now.